fabled heat, where magic meets desire. Subscribe to ignite the fantasy.
The bruised purple sky bleeds over the ruins, a deep, rich color that seems to seep into every pore of my being. The ghosts of forgotten satellites drift like dead fireflies, their faint, flickering lights a reminder of a time long past. It's been 30 years since the Skyborn abandoned our settlement, 30 years since their gilded cages fell silent and the tribute stopped. We survived by salvaging wreckage, and I prefer the solitude of my own thoughts, the cold metal of the hydroponics lab my only companion. The soft hum of the generators, the gentle trickle of recycled water, the sharp sting of ozone in the air, these are the constants in a world gone mad. I find comfort in the familiar rhythms, the predictable patterns that govern my days. The hiss of the oxygen tanks, the whir of the air purifiers, the faint glow of the LED lights that line the walls, all of these things are a reminder that no matter how broken the world outside may be, in here I am safe. I'm stripping salvage from the lab, the scent of rust and burnt circuitry filling my lungs when the heavens rip open. Not a meteor, meteors never leave trails of polished chrome and searing ozone. A tremor shivers through the ground, and a column of white-hot fire claws at the horizon. The sound is deafening, a cacophony of screeching metal and shattering glass that makes my ears ache. I stumble, my heart racing, as the lab around me begins to shudder and lurch. A pod crashes, obsidian and seamless, a relic of technology we haven't seen in decades. Heat radiates from it, prickling my skin, and a dangerous curiosity coils in my gut. I can feel the warmth emanating from the pod, a gentle, pulsing heat that seems to be calling to me. Inside, a man lies half-collapsed against the viewport, blood dark and viscous staining his jawline. His clothing shimmers like captured starlight, a Skyborn's garb. The sight of him is jarring, a reminder of the world that once was and the world that could have been. My hand goes instinctively to the knife at my hip. One swift move and I could end him. A hero they would call me, but then his eyes open, gold, liquid, predatory, pupils narrowing to vertical slits, modified, enhanced them. Time seems to slow as our gazes lock. A velvet growl rumbles from his throat. Please, don't let them find me. The words are a promise and a plea, and something low in my abdomen tightens, a heat that mirrors the fire outside. I feel a shiver run down my spine as our eyes meet, a spark of connection that I don't fully understand. I step forward, the knife still in my hand, but my breath catches on the taste of his scent. Metal, ozone, something wild and intoxicating. You're not alone, I whisper, my voice rough with adrenaline and a longing I'm not willing to name yet. He reaches out, his fingers brushing my forearm, the contact electric, claiming. The touch sends a jolt through me, a rush of sensation that I've never experienced before. It's as if the entire world has narrowed to this one moment, this one touch. The lab erupts in alarms, the floor trembling beneath us as the structure groans. I feel his pulse against my skin, a steady drum that matches my own. In that moment, the world narrows to the heat between us, the promise of danger and the forbidden desire that burns hotter than any fire. The doors burst open and the true battle begins. I can hear the sound of footsteps, the rustle of clothing, and the murmur of voices. It's a cacophony of sound that threatens to overwhelm me, but I stand frozen, my eyes locked on the man in front of me. What do we do? I ask, my voice barely above a whisper. He looks up at me, his eyes burning with an inner fire. We get out of here, he says, his voice low and rough. We find a way to escape and we don't look back. I nod, my heart racing with excitement and fear. I know that I'm taking a risk, that I'm putting myself in danger by trusting this stranger. But there's something about him that draws me in, something that makes me want to follow him, to see where this journey will take us. Together we move forward, our footsteps echoing through the lab as we make our way towards the unknown. The air is thick with tension, the silence between us palpable. I can feel his eyes on me, his gaze burning with an intensity that makes my skin prickle. I glance over at him, my heart skipping a beat as our eyes meet. For a moment we just stare at each other, the world around us melting away. Then he looks away, his jaw clenched in determination. We need to move, he says, his voice low and rough. We can't stay here, I nod, my mind racing with the implications. We're not just talking about escaping the lab, we're talking about escaping the entire settlement. We're talking about leaving behind everything we know and venturing into the unknown. It's a daunting prospect, but I'm ready. I'm ready to take the leap to see where this journey will take us. As we move through the lab, I can feel the weight of the world bearing down on us. The shadows seem to deepen, the darkness growing thicker and more oppressive. I can hear the sound of footsteps, the rustle of clothing, and the murmur of voices. It's a reminder that we're not alone, that there are others out there who are searching for us. But I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid because I have him. I have this stranger, this man who has captured my heart and my imagination. Together we can face anything. We can overcome any obstacle, and we can make it through this alive. The thought sends a surge of adrenaline through me, a rush of excitement that makes my heart pound in my chest. I glance over at him, my eyes locking with his. For a moment we just stare at each other, the world around us melting away. Then he smiles, a small, tight smile that makes my heart skip a beat. "Let's do this," he says, his voice low and rough. "Let's get out of here and let's make it through this alive." I nod, my mind racing with the implications. I know that it won't be easy, that there will be obstacles and challenges along the way, but I'm ready. I'm ready to face whatever comes our way, as long as I have him by my side.